I am a cross-eye dominant shooter. Now you may or may not have heard the term cross-eye dominant, but it's actually pretty simple. So the majority of people out there who are right-handed or left-handed, they're going to favor their corresponding eye. So if you're right-handed, you're going to favor your right eye. If you're left-handed, you're going to favor your left eye. Pretty simple. In the case of a cross-eye dominant person such as myself, I'm right-handed, but I favor my left eye. So my brain pulls more visual information from my left eye, but I need to use my right hand to manipulate my firearms. Now this creates a little bit of a problem when I go to present the pistol, because if I just present it straight on like that, my dominant eye is not lined up with my sights and I get all sorts of wonky things going on with my vision when I try to line those sights up. So what do? So we're going to talk about that in this video. I'm going to share with you guys my personal experience with being cross-eye dominant and how I deal with it. So before we get into how I personally deal with being cross-eye dominant, let's talk about a couple other methods that exist to deal with being cross-eye dominant. The first method, which is not a good idea and I do not recommend, is when you present a pistol, you simply cant it or tilt it to the left or right, depending on which eye is dominant in your case. In my case, I would tilt it to the left so it lines up with my left eye. This is not a good method because now the gun is not level. It is canted at a weird angle. Your recoil impulse is going to be off this way instead of straight up like you want it to be, and it's just going to create all sorts of problems. So I do not recommend canting your pistol to the left or to the right. Another method which I've heard of and is perfectly valid, works for a lot of people, is when you present the pistol, you don't present it in alignment with your body like you normally do. You present it to, in my case, to the left, since I'm left eye dominant, or to the right, if you're right eye dominant. Like I said, this is a valid method, works for a lot of people, but not me personally. I just don't like the gun being off center. So here's what I do. When I present the pistol, I simply turn my head to the right, bringing my left eye into alignment with my body and also my sights. This is a great method because it's probably the simplest motion that you have to do. You're just turning your head, and that's it. So as I present the pistol, it becomes second nature really. I just simply turn my head a little bit to the right, bringing my sights into alignment. Pretty simple, but it is very, very effective, and I highly recommend this method. Being cross-eye dominant can also create a little bit of an issue when handling a rifle. If you're cross-eye dominant and you're using iron sights on your rifle, you're gonna take a little bit of a hit, because if you have iron sights, at least in my case, I cannot discern my rear sight from my front sight on a rifle. I am forced to close my left eye because I need to shoulder the rifle on my right shoulder, use my right hand to manipulate the trigger. So I gotta close my left eye. So I do take a little bit of a hit when using irons on a rifle. Same applies when I'm using a magnified optic on a rifle. Because of the magnification, I gotta close my left eye to force all that visual processing to my right eye. Now, the good news is if you're running a red dot on your rifle, which I am on my AR-556, you leave both eyes open because a red dot has no magnification. So you're going to leave both eyes open, focus on your target, and then you're simply going to kind of superimpose that red dot on top of your target. So whether it's a red dot on a rifle, pistol, doesn't matter. You're going to leave both eyes open and focus on that target. So there you have it, guys. That is a little bit about being a cross-eye dominant shooter, how to deal with it, how I personally deal with it, all that good stuff. So those of you out there who are also cross-eye dominant, what methods or techniques do you guys use to deal with being cross-eye dominant? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate you being here. And until next time, show me them firearms. What a way to send off the monster mower, am I right? So much freedom!